The 10 most ruthless leaders of all time. Qin Shi Huang reign. 247–210 BC. Qin, also called Qin Shi Huang Day, united China in 221 BC, and ruled as the first emperor of the Qin dynasty. He was known to order the killing of scholars whose ideas he disagreed with, and the burning of critical books. During his reign, he ordered the construction of a Great Wall, roughly speaking, the prequel to the modern Great Wall of China, and an enormous mausoleum featuring more than 6,000 life-size terracotta soldier figures. Large numbers of conscripts working on the wall died, and those working on the mausoleum were killed to preserve the secrecy of the tomb. Every time he captured people from another country, he castrated them, in order to mark them, and made them into slaves. Hong Kong University's Shim Zhu told the BBC, Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, Arca Caligula, reign. AD 37–41. Caligula was quite popular at first, because he freed citizens who were unjustly imprisoned, and got rid of a stiff sales tax. But then he became ill, and he was never quite the same again. He eliminated political rivals, forcing their parents to watch the execution, and declared himself a living god. According to Roman historian Suetonius, Caligula had sex with his sisters, and sold their services to other men, raped and killed people, and made his horse a priest. He was eventually attacked by a group of guardsmen and stabbed 30 times.
Attila the Hun reign, AD 434–453. After killing his brother, Attila became the leader of the Hunnic Empire, centered in present-day Hungary, and ended up becoming one of the most feared assailants of the Roman Empire. He expanded the Hunnic Empire to present-day Germany, Russia, Ukraine, and the Balkans. He also invaded Gaul with the intention of conquering it, though he was defeated at the Battle of Cotylian Plains. "There, where I have passed, the grass will never grow again," he reportedly remarked on his reign.
Wu Zetian reign, AD 690–705. Wu went from 14-year-old junior concubine to Empress of China. She ruthlessly eliminated opponents by dismissing, exiling, or executing them, even if they were her own family. The Chinese Empire greatly expanded under her rule, and though she had brutal tactics, her decisive nature and talent for government has been praised by historians, notably military leaders who were handpicked by Wu took control of large parts of the Korean peninsula. Genghis Khan reign, 1206–1227. Khan's father was poisoned to death when Khan was 9, and he spent time as a slave during his teenagers before he united the Mongol tribes and went on to conquer a huge chunk of Central Asia and China. His style is characterized as brutal, and historians have pointed out that he slaughtered civilians en masse. One of the most notable examples was when he massacred the aristocrats of the Khwarezm Empire, decimating the ruling class, with unskilled workers taken to be used as human shields. Tomás de Torquemada reign, 1483–1498. As Grand Inquisitor, Torquemada was appointed Grand Inquisitor during the Spanish Inquisition. He established tribunals in several cities, put together 28 articles to guide other inquisitors, and authorized torture to extract confessions. He reportedly encouraged King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella to give Spanish Jews the choice between exile or baptism, causing many Jews to leave the country. Historians estimate that Torquemada was responsible for about 2,000 people burning at the stake. Interestingly, some sources say Torquemada himself came from a family of Jewish converts. Timur aka Tamerlane reign, 1370–1405. Timur led military campaigns through a large chunk of Western Asia, including modern Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and Syria, and he founded the Timurid Empire. In present-day Afghanistan, Timur ordered the construction of a tower made out of live men, each stacked on top of another, and cemented together with bricks and mortar. He also once ordered a massacre to punish a rebellion, and he had 70,000 heads built up into minarets. Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia aka Vlad Dracula or Vlad the Impaler reign, 1–448, 1–456, 1–456 to 1–476, when Vlad III finally became the ruler of the Principality of Wallachia. The region was in disarray because of the many feuding boers. According to the stories, Vlad invited his rivals all to a banquet where he stabbed and impaled them all. Impaling was his favorite method of torture, though it's difficult to determine whether this story was embellished. It characterizes Vlad's rule. He tried to bring stability and order to Wallachia through extremely ruthless methods. Tsar Ivan IV, aka Ivan the Terrible reign, Grand Prince of Moscow, 1533 to 1547, Tsar of all the Russias, 1547 to 1580. For Ivan IV began his rule by reorganizing the central government and limiting the power of the hereditary aristocrats, the princes and the boors. After the death of his first wife, Ivan began his reign of terror by eliminating top boyar families. He also beat his pregnant daughter-in-law and killed his son in a fit of rage. He earned the nickname Ivan Grozny, aka Ivan the Formidable, which has been mistranslated to terrible. Queen Mary I, aka Bloody Mary reign, 1553 to 1558, the only child of the notorious King Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. Mary I became Queen of England in 1553 and soon reinstalled Catholicism after previous rulers championed Protestantism as the main religion and married Philip II of Spain, a Catholic. Over the next few years, hundreds of Protestants were burned at the stake, and for that she earned the nickname Bloody Mary.